All right. Welcome to the Roadmaps Coach channel. And I'm actually, for the first time, multi-streaming. So I'm on my YouTube channel, which is Roadmaps Coach. I am on Spoon. I am also on my Mega Dream page just because I want to ensure that this works. So pretty soon I'm going to be streaming on my Roadmaps Coach Instagram, which is already established. I'm just testing it out before I go there. However, my YouTube channel is the main point of emphasis. So if you haven't already, be sure to follow or subscribe at Roadmaps Coach on my YouTube channel. What's up? As I used to call you, Mr. Downs. Good to see you. I am here to really, again, test out the streaming services, but two, to just talk about a few things that I have been working on. So if you don't know, I recently graduated from the Chicago School. Oh, nothing much, man. Just trying to progress. Just trying to progress. I'm still on the video games. Do not let me make it seem like I'm not, because I'm definitely on them games. What's up, James? But so I recently graduated from the Chicago School with a master's degree in industrial and organizational psychology, where they trained us in consulting as well as coaching. I align more with the coaching route, and I think it's because it's information and it's an approach that I used to use on myself, asking myself questions as to how I was going to accomplish something or get out of something. That was always, oh yeah, I got you, bro. But that was always something that I did throughout my life, starting from a young age, when I was 7 years old and I didn't have anybody to tell me how to do something in terms of music. I said, you know what? I want to make music. How can I go about making music? This is what I asked myself. I was coaching myself before I even knew what coaching was. So I said, if that's the case, if you want to do that, you, and I'm telling myself the answer. You have your dad's music equipment. You have his keyboard. You have his, you have your mom's tape recorder. You're just going to have to take one of her tapes and record over whatever important information she has, is what I used to do. Let me type that in, man. Got you. But so yeah, it was the beginning process before I even knew. Fast forward, I've managed to reach some significant achievements in 3 different careers. That's automotive sales, that is the music industry, and now politics. And in those, I've recognized a common theme. What's up, Pack Lord? Thank you for joining. I wish I could like your comment, or can I? No, I can't. But appreciate you joining. I didn't see you there. So let's put you over here. So this is cool. I get to see all of the individuals who are joining the chat. But anyway, so there was goals, right? Goals, I didn't realize at the time, were extremely significant to the progress in my life. And then I learned about SMART goals, SMART, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. And then I learned about time blocking, which is like putting things on your calendar so that you stick to them. And then there's the cheat code to manifestation. And if you haven't heard about the cheat code to manifestation, trust me, I got some information for you that can potentially change your life. If you haven't already, again, subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I recently did a video on that a couple months ago. It's called The Cheat Code to Manifestation. Take a look. And similar to cheat codes in, video games, up, down, left, right, ABC, ABBA, all that. In this case, it's VPPFABCC. That's vision, patience, passion, focus, action, belief, confidence, and consistency. Vision, because everything starts with vision. Everything. Every goal, everything that you intentionally want to do starts with vision. Then you have to be passionate about that vision, about that end result, because that vision is essentially giving you the end result. That's what the vision is. So from the vision, you go to passion. The passion is going to fuel you to do numerous things. But after you ensure that you have passion, you got to be patient with it all, because you have to know that after you plan everything out, and again, these are in no specific order. These are just the components that you need. So vision, patience, vision, passion, patience. You have to have the patience with the plan that you've set. Focus. You got to focus. You got to stay focused. You got to stay locked in. Kobe Bryant, Mamba mentality. You have to remain focused. You have to keep your eye on the ball every day. Wake up thinking about it. Go to sleep thinking about it. In the middle of the day, you're thinking about it. Action. Obviously, you got to take action to make anything happen. That's the other component, action. And then belief. If you don't believe it, nobody else will. So you have to believe in your, ability to do or accomplish whatever it is you are setting out to achieve. So remember that. And then there's the 2 C's, confidence and consistency. If you aren't confident about whatever it is you're doing, it's likely that nobody else will believe in you. It kind of coincides with belief. And then consistency. If you are not consistent about anything, it's probable that it won't happen. The less consistent you are, the less probable it is to actually take place. So remember that. And with that in mind, okay, from there you will get into understanding what type of goals you want to set. And I've said this in my last live stream, but before you even start listing your goals, before you start identifying what it is that you want out of life, what type of legacy you want to leave behind, what will make you proud, before you even get into that, you have to start from a place of gratitude. And the way you do that is by listing all of the things in your life that you are grateful for. You start there so that when you are writing down your goals, you aren't, starting from a place of lack. You're starting from a place of plentiful. So you're saying to yourself, I'm grateful for having a roof over my head. I'm thankful for or grateful for having health, strength, knowledge, wisdom, beauty, keen discernment, patience, confidence, talent, skill, courage, leadership, youth, control, and whatever else. From the relationships to the video games that you have, how tall you are, how short you are, how much you weigh. Are you grateful for that? Are you grateful for the physicality that you have? Are you grateful for, the job you have? Or are you grateful for the free time that you have? Whatever it is, you have to create a list of all of these things. And for my Instagram followers, I'm actually about to log off because I'm going to log into my Roadmaps Coach channel. But thank you. Thank you for joining, all of you. And I got y'all. So as I was saying, when it comes to ensuring that you have, where was I? I was just closed out of that. So you write down a list of things that you're grateful for. And after that, let's say you don't have anything in mind or any goals that you would like to set. Let's say, for example, I don't know what I want to do in my life. I don't know. What I would tell that person, and this is just advice. This is not a coaching session. And I'll talk about coaching in a second. But what I would tell that person is to create a list of all of the things. Well, in our program, we call them KSAs, knowledge, skills, and abilities. List all the things that you're knowledgeable on. List all of the things that you're skillful at, and list all of your abilities. If you really want to go even further, I suggest writing down your interests and talents. So if you want to go all the way, that's something that you would want to keep in mind as well. So from there, once you have those, now what you want to do is create SMART goals. And again, SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. They have to be specific. You can't just say, I want to lose weight. You have to say how much weight you want to lose or how much you would like to weigh. Measurable. If it's 4 pounds in a month, every week you should be losing a pound. That way you are measuring your trajectory. A, is it attainable? Do you really believe that you can achieve this goal that you've set? R, is it relevant to your life? If you are overweight and you feel like you want to lose weight, that sounds like it is relevant to your life. But if you are, I don't know, overweight and you want to put on more weight, is that relevant to your life? It's all subjective, but you are the ultimate judge. You are the one who is going to say yay or nay, this makes sense for my life, or no, this doesn't make sense for my life. So keep that in mind. But again, you want to ensure that it is relatable, attainable, and relevant to your life. So keep that in mind. And then the last is time bound. When are you going to accomplish this goal? Right? Like that is the question. When are you looking to do this? So you have the specificity, you have the measuring mechanics, you have the fact that it's attainable, it's relevant, and now it's time bound. So from here, what you want to do is look at how to structure it. And in this is what I call a life path map. You could, hey, Dutch, sorry, I'm just now seeing you. How's it going? Dutch the Rambunctious. Okay, I like that name. Give me a like if you can. Shoot your boy a like. But what you want to do is ensure that you have some kind of structure to your roadmap is what it's really called. But I call it a life path map because it's a map that's going to help you navigate life. It's a map that's going to help you get to a place that you might have never been. And in order to get to somewhere, you got to know the directions. Also, if you're trying to go somewhere, you should know where you're going. The address. That is the end result. That's something you want to keep in mind as well. So again, roadmap. Every year or every month or every week, however you want to measure it, what you're going to do is you are going to list every week, every month, or every year, whatever you choose. And in every week or in every month or in every year, you will list what you would like to accomplish. So, for example, for me, in my roadmap in 2019, one of the things that I wanted to do was graduate with my bachelor's degree. And in 2019, I wanted to graduate with my associates. In 2021, I wanted to graduate with my bachelor's. And in 2023, I wanted to graduate with my master's. So I'll put those down as goals. And those are just 3 random years that I'm choosing to simplify what I'm explaining to you, because you got to have goals. You got to have some kind of map or roadmap in order to follow the directions to the end result, to that address. Because your goal is essentially your address. And if you have an address, but you don't know how to get there, you got to start driving somewhere. You got to start doing something. And in this case, that driving is really jotting down ideas as to how you're going to get it, which is where coaching comes in. So now I want to shift and transition to the concept of coaching. So what I am is a performance and personal development coach. And what that means is I help individuals and teams within an organization improve their performance and reach their goals. You know, we can work one-on-one, or we can work with all the employees, all the way from entry-level staff to a person who has no job, all the way up to executives. And I help them develop the skills and knowledge they need to be successful in their roles. At the end of the day, I'm identifying behaviors. I'm asking about their time management. I'm asking about their action plan. What is your roadmap? And a few things. So, for example, with time management, again, going back, I would tell them to create a list of all the things that they're grateful for. I would tell them to identify their KSAs, again, knowledge, skills, and abilities. And then you could add ITs on there, interests and talents. Then I would tell them to create a list of goals from those KSAs. Focus on one thing at a time. Make sure you give yourself rewards, you make a plan, and then you give yourself a break after each scheduled activity. If you want to go a little extra, then you can document the process. How do you feel in certain situations? How are you coping with certain moods that may be coming and going, for example? Because you want to hold yourself accountable and make sure that you're doing the things that you said you were going to do. So there's no reason of having goals if you're not going to go after them. And then your action plan, the 3 things that you want to do. You want to have clarity in terms of what you want to achieve, what's the problem, and what's the goal. Because in that, you're going to start talking about the second step, which is what you need to be successful in terms of resources, capabilities, and challenges. So if you've already identified the problem, now you're going to start talking about how you can overcome that problem by listing all the resources you have that can assist you with this. You're going to start talking about all of your capabilities. And then you're going to be talking about all the challenges within those resources and capabilities. So, resources. What resources do you need? Let's say you need money, you need time, you need a car, you need transportation. You need a babysitter. What are your capabilities? Well, you can paint. You better start selling those pieces of art, for example. Or you can braid hair. You better start asking people if they need their hair braided so you can make a little bit more money. It's the challenges that's going back to the resources that you need. And you try to accomplish these by identifying your capabilities. And then lastly, the third step is creating the timeline. So you want to, in a way, create. So and I'm getting ready to release an advertisement commercial for my coaching practice. And one of the things that it says is automotive manufacturers can show you what they want a vehicle to look like in 20 years. The government can tell you which laws they seek to implement 10 years down the line. The movie industry can tell you what films they intend to release 3 to 6 years in advance. Yet, when you ask a friend or a family member what they're doing tomorrow, oftentimes the answer is, I don't know. So I say that because if one of the things you would like to do is to have more clarity on your goals, on your life, you create a timeline, you create a roadmap. After you, again, have identified the problems, the goals, the resources, the capabilities, and the challenges. Now, after you've identified all of that, now you can create a timeline. How long are you willing to put effort towards that goal? Identify the goals and objectives of the engagement. Evaluate how effective you are and how effective you can be. There's so much to it. So I told myself I was going to stream for 30 minutes. We are now at 24. Technically, we're at 21 because I did the whole entering the hashtags and stuff, and then I listed it up. So we got about 9 minutes, and I wish there were individuals here to ask me questions. But you know how it is, especially when you're starting out. I also want to give a big shout out to all of you for subscribing. I'm now at, can you believe it, 132 subscribers. It's unbelievable. And I knew, which is in my roadmap, how consistent I have to be in order to gain these subscribers. Building my email list, gaining Instagram followers. Oh, and Threads. Now, I will be honest, I haven't been on Threads as much. Hey, Tokyo Angel, thank you for joining. This is Roadmaps Coach here, just sharing information on how to navigate life and reach your goals more conveniently. If you have a question, feel free to shout it out. I'm really just sharing information at this point. I'm live on my YouTube channel, so if you have time, please feel free to subscribe. Roadmaps Coach, same as here on Spoon as well as Instagram. And I am going to be releasing a lot of cool information soon. Where are you from, Tokyo Angel? And in the meantime, again, coaching. One-on-one sessions. I've been doing a lot of motivational speaking as well. I booked my first paid speaking engagement not too long ago. Last month, it was, Wisconsin. You might be the first person I've actually met or engaged with from Wisconsin. I don't know anyone from there. And trust me, I've traveled the country. So welcome, Tokyo Angel from Wisconsin. Step right up. No, I'm kidding. But I booked my first paid speaking engagement last month. And from that came another opportunity. So now it's about getting those business cards. Now it's about flushing out my website. I'm about to release my commercial for my coaching practice. And hey, Basil, thank you for joining again here, Roadmaps Coach. Don't forget to send me a like. I'm not asking for a spoon or a gift. Just shoot me a like. That's all I ask. Hit that heart button. Hit that heart and you hit my heart. You know what I mean? But I am looking forward to more coaching sessions because I've had 5 so far. And I'm going to begin the certification process soon, which means I'm going to need 70 hours of coaching. And if you are interested in booking a free coaching session, free coaching session, please feel free to reach out to me via Instagram, which is my same name, Roadmaps Coach. Your profile looks so generated. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. All I know is I just posted a picture of myself and put what I do. I don't know about Spoon, but if you want, you can definitely take a look at my YouTube channel because I am streaming through 3 different platforms right now. I'm streaming on Instagram, I'm streaming on Spoon, and I'm streaming on YouTube. So, oh, shout out LaWanda just stepped in the building. Hey, you know LaWanda, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. One of the main reasons I saw a video yesterday that sparked my mind, sparked my interest, and I had to share the same message. I really didn't add too much to it except what to do about it. So this woman, she's also a coach, and she said one of the main questions that she gets is, what do you do when those who you are closest to don't support your growth? And I was like, I get that question a lot myself. So she said, she didn't really say what to do, but she said the reason why they don't support your growth is because you are killing off the person they love. So I kind of expanded on it and I said, you're killing off the person they're comfortable with. You're killing off the person they're used to. They don't want to see you change because when you change, you're changing their reality. Now they're kind of thinking like, oh, he think he better than me or she better than me. Do she want me to talk different when I'm around her? She want me to, calm down on my jokes. I can't cuss around you. I can't talk about certain things anymore with you. And in that, those concerns, whether valid or not, I'm not saying they are. And I'm not saying also that this is the only reason why people don't support your growth. That's not what I'm saying either. So let me just put that out there. But when they do act as if the good news you're sharing with them, or they see you progressing and they don't show love or whatever, I said in the video, okay, if it happens once, you can write it off. You tell somebody, hey man, I just booked a commercial. I'm about to be in this KFC commercial. I don't know why I say KFC. Let's say Best Buy. I'm about to be in this Best Buy commercial. And they say, oh, that's what's up. That's cool. No enthusiasm behind it. Maybe they're having a bad day. Fundamental attribution error. You do not want to attribute something wrong to their reaction. So you just, write it off. Who knows what's going on in their mind? Who knows what's going on in their day? So you just fall back. But then you tell them another thing. You know what? I just booked a movie. I'm now going to be, co-starring in this new movie. And they say the same thing. They react the same way. At that point, I'm suggesting that maybe you talk to them about it. Hey, you got a second to talk? And they say, yeah. Yeah, I noticed, the past couple of times that I mentioned some good news to you, you didn't seem too happy. And I just wanted to make sure everything was okay with you, And then they say, yeah, everything okay. No, I'm cool. I'm happy for you. That's what's up. Okay, well, I'm just sharing because it would be nice if, you supported it. I mean, it's a big deal for me. I mean, I ain't saying you got to throw me a party or nothing crazy, but at the end of the day, when you bring that, when that enthusiasm that you share is low, it kind of brings my energy down when I share it with you. They might be a little resistant to that information because they might be feeling attacked. But at the end of the day, if you don't speak up for yourself, nobody else will, especially around your own environment. So you have to speak up for yourself. And then they say, you know what? I got you. Next time you share some good news with me, man, we about to do some shots or whatever. And then the third time comes around. Oh my gosh, I just got the starring role in this new movie. I can't believe it, man. The progression is crazy. Can you believe it? And then they do it again. Oh man, that's what's up. That's cool. Happy for you. Now, at that point, you're at a crossroad because it's up to you if you want to keep going through it. Now you have multiple options. The first option is to never share any information with them again because you know how they're going to react. So that's one. Two, you could talk to them again about it. Hey, man, I told you last time, man, I didn't like how you know what I mean? Or another option, just not deal with them at all. Change your environment. Change the people who you talk to. Change the people who you surround yourself with. And it's not easy it's easier said than done. I know. But I've been there. I mean, to the point where I felt, you know what? I talk about me living in my car, but there will come a time when I will expand on that story and why I decided to live in my car. That was one of the reasons. I had to dissociate and distance myself from those who didn't feel supportive. You're supposed to be the people closest to me, and here you are not sharing that enthusiasm about my success, about my growth. I just told you that X, Y, and Z, and you act like I just told you I walked to the store or something basic. So, with that said, that is where I was coming from, Lawanda, if you're still there. That's where I was coming from when it came down to like that little video that I shared, because I find that oftentimes a lot. People think that on the flip side, so you can share your thoughts with me, Lawanda, if you want. But on the flip side of that, when people have known you for so long, they start to believe that you are still the old version of you. That's another thing that I'm like tripping off of, because I don't like hearing the N word as much. I mean, I think it can be used in like if you're using it as a joke, I can say from here and there. But in your constant vocabulary, for example, I'm not judging, but for me, there's a negative connotation in that, especially when you're just using it. What's the word? Casually. Like, that he said, man, that crazy. And it just keeps happening. It just keeps happening. It's almost like cussing around. Like, it's like cussing. And as much as we all cuss, including myself, I have control over when I cuss. So when I go back home and I hear family members cussing around, not just my mom, but their parents, I'm like, dang, you have no control or no care, lack of respect for, those who have come before you, who've birthed you, who you would think common decency is to at the very least not cuss around them, especially if they're not cussing around you. Now, if they cussing around you, that's a different story. But you're talking about people who don't cuss and you're cussing around them. So now I'm going off on a tangent, but what I'm getting at is you don't want to put yourself in a position where you are allowing other people to bring your energy down, because that's part of karma too. A lot of people only think that karma is about what you do and say to others or about others, but it's also what you allow other people to say to you, say about you, and do to you. If you want bad karma, go ahead and let somebody, disrespect you or what you deem to be disrespect. Oh, she said, I think it's very valid, but we're also missing important components of culture, particularly speaking Black culture, and improperly position people in our lives. I could jump on if you want to expound further on this part. Yeah, hop on. Oh, snap. My first Instagram, what do you call it? I don't even know what they call it. Instagram join, Instagram co-live. I don't know. But let's do it. And I'm going to put you on the mic because I'm also on YouTube Live. But yeah, karma is real. And it's both ways. It's what you do and say about other people. And it's also what you do and say about what you allow others to do and say about you. So let's keep that in mind when it comes to who you surrounded yourself with, because what I've noticed for me, the less people I started to hang around, the more growth was displayed, the more successful I became. I spend more time now. I still play video games. Let me not make it seem like I'm all adult like, because I still have me time. You gotta have me time. But the majority of my time is going towards documentaries, reading books, watching YouTube videos that talk about either coaching or live motivational speaking. you know, obviously I work, so I work in local government. And a lot of my time goes towards, what's going on in the city of Los Angeles. But yeah, shout out to Basil, shout out to Dutch, the Rambunctious, and shout out to Pack Lord. I appreciate y'all hopping on Spoon because I just started this thing 3 days ago. I was like, oh, you could chat live and people can join in, and it's cool. But I'm also using my Instagram, and again, I'm also using my YouTube. And as always, I want to thank you for being here because you could have been anywhere else on the internet, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that, And LaWanda is hopping on. Let's see. Let me turn it up. Make sure I can hear you. Are you there? Oh, there we go.
Here we are.
There we go. What's going on?
My first live. Wow.
Yeah.
So, what I want to say on that part is, let me turn the light on. I ran across something that really made me think, particularly in Black culture, especially if you've been a part of the Black church. We sing songs every Sunday about how unworthy we are and how, we're supposed to stay low and humble. We're taught how God hates a proud look and pride is one of the 7 deadly sins and all these type of things. So that made me think that maybe a lot of the reason why some people can't properly express pride and joy is because they feel afraid of it. They don't know how to express it. They don't know how to, express gladness over a situation without feeling like they're doing something wrong or they shouldn't be, so excited.
So you think part of that is the conditioning that we receive from like church, for example? Just for
Yes.
example. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just one example. That particularly conditioning we've received from church. And a lot of people that aren't in church but have just gotten that type of conditioning, like you don't want to be too happy about things because something's going to go wrong. Or, a lot of different things to that aspect.
So a lot of people, yeah, I agree. It's that it's what's been planted in our subconscious over time that has that negative impact on, yeah, I just did this, but if I talk about it or if I share it, something just, I might jinx myself
Right.
or something
But
like
not
that.
even just yourself, other people, because they've already feeling within themselves their lack of worth and things of that nature. If I feel like I'm not worthy of good things, how can I be genuinely happy for another person to feel you feel your self-worth, I don't. So I don't even know how to be in that space with you. You know what I'm saying?
That's super deep. Yeah. Yeah. And I know it's not one size fits all. So let me just start there. What I do know is a lot of people find a little bit of that, how can I say, they dismantle or break down that wall with therapy, sometimes with therapy,
Right.
and then also obviously counseling. But that is one of the things that I am looking to assist with too, with my coaching, and I'm not going to be going into your past. I'm not going to be digging into people's past, but I'm going to be tapping into, what are you doing now? What are your behaviors? What are you spending your time on? Who do you hang around? What are the majority of your conversations like? All of that stuff. Like, but I agree that, with what you just said, because a lot of people, they don't even realize what it's coming from. So the fact that you can point it out, I mean, like, I know you're not, saying that it's you, but individuals in our community specifically, yeah, we go through that. We don't have, for example, I don't want to call out another ethnicity or race, but, other races might tell their kids, I love you. I'm proud of you. They're encouraging. Whereas, I can count on my, 2 hands, for example, how many times my parents told me they were proud of me,
Right. A lot of times you'll come in, you'll be so excited. Like, let's say, at your most innocent, elementary school, right?
Right.
You come in, you're so excited. You got a satisfactory or whatever the best grade was at that time. And you come in, you're so happy. Look at my report card. And it's kind of like the reception is good for you. So So you haven't learned how to celebrate anybody. If you're immersed in Black church culture or just the remnants of Black church, because I feel like it's all through our culture, no matter where you stand, if you go to church or don't. It's kind of like entrenched in you that you're not supposed to be too happy, you're not supposed to be too excited, you're not supposed to be too proud. So some have tried to reconcile that and start to say, I'm godly proud of people. But when you don't even know how to sit in that space of just saying, I'm happy for me, I'm happy for you, whatever, it can get a little funny. And then the other part of that I was saying was, a lot of times the people that we feel that we're closest to or should be closest to, they're in the wrong position of our lives. We look at people a lot of times as just like everybody's in one bunch, family and friends. We don't take it as in there's like rings to this, like inner circle, outer circle. So a lot of our outer circle we're looking at to be as our inner circle, and we're getting disappointed.
That's on target. Let me ask you, what do you think? What do you think could be done or should be done about it?
Well, I do agree, because communication is important. Nobody will know how to. You gotta. If you're open to it, maybe you can teach a person how to treat you, right? In a sense, like you give them the tools to do better, and if they don't do better, then that's a choice. But at least you presented the concept of, hey, this doesn't work for me, or this isn't working with me. Like, maybe you should try. But, at the same time, if you realize this person really just doesn't know how to, again, sit in a space with you, I think you kind of have to reconcile with yourself that maybe they're in the wrong position of your life. Okay, you can't be as close. Because it is true that as you elevate, everybody can't go.
Yeah, I remember the analogy about the rockets that go outer space and how they have those little jet propellers, and once you reach a certain height in the atmosphere, those little jet propellers can't go any further, so they fall off. And while the rocket still goes. So yeah, no, I'm with you on that, and I agree. Like, I think it comes down to communication first and foremost. No, it first starts with recognizing what's taking place. So, for example, like you said, man, like I'm not really in a space where I even know how to celebrate anybody else's wins, let alone mine, because I've never received, let's say, guidance on how to go about celebrating my own victory. So how can I be happy for someone else if I don't know how to be happy for myself? Similar to like a relationship. If you're not happy with yourself before getting in a relationship, you're not going to be happy in that relationship, So it's recognizing one, and then after you recognize two, I feel like communication comes in, and then after that communication, if you see the behaviors start to, persist, at some point you got to make a change. And like you said, I forget how you said it, but it's pretty much like you got to, watch who you hang around, or however you said it, but definitely on target.
I was basically saying compartmentalize. You have your, your inner circle, or what some people like to call your kitchen cabinet, and then you have the people who are outside, like people that you're just really associates and you're cool with, and the people that, these are your rocks and your go-tos.
So you're saying don't cut them off completely?
That's a personal decision. I feel like in some situations you don't have to, because there's also the aspect of jealousy. You have to be able to, one, discern what you're looking at. You have to be able to discern if you're looking at somebody who just really doesn't have it, and who's somebody who's deeply jealous of you and trying not to show it. That's
real. Yeah. What's up, Mez? Thanks for the like. Appreciate you. But yeah, no, I think that's well said. Well said. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's obviously way more to touch on with that,
Oh yeah, I could probably go on and on about that.
Yeah, no, for sure. But that. I saw that and I was like, damn, it resonated, because I was talking to one of my friends about something Kanye said, where he was like, if you hang around people who don't treat you I forget how he said it, but I'm gonna paraphrase. If you hang around people who don't treat you as you will start to forget who you are. You know what I mean? And it just kind of reminds me of that video. I don't know if you saw the video that I posted. Not mine.
No, I did see it. I saw the video on your stories, and then I saw yours.
Okay, yeah. So you saw what she said too. Got it.
So I had both pieces.
Okay.
But then also, like, it's funny because when I saw that, I had just seen the other information about how, like, we don't realize at times how we're conditioned to feel and to act and to be in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And then it made me think, like, what if that's a part of it? Like, if I'm looking at everything from a perspective of, one, I'm not worth much, and two, whatever I have going on, this is what I quote unquote should be doing. How do I really treat somebody when they're excited about something that, in my mind, I've been taught and told that they should be doing? You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's important to have mentors. I think for sure, because mentors, for example, Alan, as you know, like he'll tell me things that I've never heard from my parents. Now, I will say, with the exception of a few of my family members, like my uncle, he always tried to, provide encouragement, etc. But, these mentors they're gonna, what's the word? I don't want to say, like, they're just pretty much gonna embed this in your mind, like these concepts. Man, you have so much potential, man. I'm so proud of you. You are awesome, etc. Because for whatever reason, we're nicer to strangers than we are to our family members. You know what I mean? I'll just be honest. We just are. And we are willing to take in a compliment more from a stranger than we are family members. So even if, let's say, when we go a long time with a family member who doesn't encourage or doesn't, give compliments or something, and they randomly give one out of the blue, it'll mean a little something, but it won't stand out as much as a random stranger, or not even a random stranger, your coworker or somebody who tells you that same exact compliment. You'll feel it's more genuine. Kind of
like, oh, finally you noticed.
Yeah, exactly. So I think like having those mentors, having those. What's up, G-Man12? Appreciate you joining. I think
you must be on another platform.
Yeah, so I'm on 3. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Spoon, and I'm on YouTube right now. Just trying.
Can everybody hear us?
What'd you say?
I said everybody can hear me.
Uh-huh.
Crazy.
Yeah, I got you up to the mic.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Well, I'm not trying to. I'm, becoming more consistent with this now that I have a schedule. So every Tuesday at 6:30, I'm gonna start streaming. Just live, and then every Thursday or Friday, I choose to alternate between those days. I'll post an actual video. I'm talking about a specific topic. Yeah, something different. Going into 2024, so establishing those habits now. So I'm like, oh, my New Year's resolution is to, no. Trying to make it a lifestyle before the year comes in.
Well, I hope you get a whole lot more engagement like this, because this is cool.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
See this being your style of platform.
And hoping that, people bring up concepts that I might not even have thought about, that'll get my mind thinking. Because I'm not coming on here like a random coach. I mean, not a random, but like another coach who might think that they have all the answers and can provide, all the information. I'm here to ask questions myself, because I'm understanding more and more as life goes on that, learning never stops. It's a journey. By the time, whenever I hope to live to see 100. And even on my 99th birthday or my 100th birthday, I'm still learning something. You know what I mean? So I'm just really about, like, obviously providing information that I'm aware of, but also receiving information that I might not be. Because this is going to make me better in the long run. So I appreciate your insight.
A question to you, Coach.
Okay.
So he's talking about others feeling like others aren't celebrating you or aren't appreciating you as you feel maybe that they should be in their position. What about those who can't celebrate themselves?
You have to be patient with those, because this is my opinion, obviously, but I think you have to be patient with those who can't celebrate themselves, and you got to help them, understand how to love themselves. Not help them love themselves, but help them understand how to love themselves. So you think about like a puppy that was on the street that is like scared of anybody who tries to come up and touch them, even though they're trying to help them. That puppy is like trying to bite at them and ruff and
Yeah.
But it takes patience. Put a hand out, little subtle. you know how they say think big or you should always make big moves. Sometimes you got to keep it simple and small, because those small and simple steps are what's going to create a big impact, you know. And I'll say with those who can't love themselves, every now and then, you know, you got to give them a little sprinkle of some kind of encouragement. It's like watering a flower in a way. So if they're not in a position to love themselves, they're, like you said, they're obviously not in a position to encourage or support anybody else, because they don't know what happiness looks like.
True.
So if you can identify and recognize it, it's probably best that you take the lead on sprinkling them with it, so that at a later point in time, you could probably get it in return.
So that's interesting, because I was talking about just like, you know, celebrating one's achievements. And you basically have just said that a lack of being able to do that is a lack of self-love.
Mm-hmm. That's my take. That's my take on it. Because if they can't celebrate your achievement, it's like, if again, I'm gonna just use the relationship analogy. If you're in a relationship and you can't be happy for your partner, it's usually mainly because you aren't happy with yourself, you know. And if you aren't happy with yourself, you can't. It's hard to be happy. Yeah. It's like, y'all better not have no baby right now. Let me just tell you that. But yeah. So I think if you can't accomplish my achievements, something is going on internally with you. And you know, hey, I like them pants you wearing today. That's all. Just something simple. The next day, hey, did you say the other day, I can't remember what it was, but you said something that was so profound. I wish I could remember. You said da-da-da-da-da. And obviously you got to be genuine about it, but you bringing up things that make them start to realize their own potential, you know, and the more they do, the more they hear it, the more they become accustomed to seeing themselves in a different light, the more likely it is that they are able to start accomplishing other people's achievements, specifically yours, if you're the one that's sprinkling them with that good, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it's something that I've been I can't say too much about it, but it's something that I've been dealing with at work, you know.
That's not surprising.
Yeah, we'll talk about that offline, but
for sure.
Yeah, yeah, it's something that I've been seeing has, you know, it has some, it's working, has a small impact, little by little.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
anywho, this was good. I'll let you get back to what you was talking about.
Okay, yeah, I told myself I was only going to be on for 30 minutes. Now I'm at 52, so you know what I mean? Uh-oh. I'm probably about to hop off myself. But
all right, James, it was wonderful speaking with you on here.
Thank you, LaWanda. Thank you for chiming in. I appreciate your knowledge, for real.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Hopefully we can do it again.
Now I got to figure out how to get off. Okay, I found it. Bye.
All right. So that was my good friend LaWanda, and she had some really good insight when it came to being around those close to you who don't support your growth. That was a really in-depth conversation, and I think on that note, it was pretty well. I want to say it was in depth. We could have went deeper, yes, but it was in depth. And with that said, I want to thank you for being here, because you could have been anywhere else on the internet, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. This is Roadmaps Coach, your performance and professional. I can't even say it. Your performance and personal development coach, signing off. And as always, until next time.